Sounds
Yeah,
good.
let's see. Can you hear me? Testing one, two, three.
I'm hearing good. All right, sounds good. All right, Steve,
Perfect.
you hear me all good as well?
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Your camera's a little slow there. I see. There you go.
Yep. Just moving you around here a little bit. See if I can get some better lighting there.
Is that the sales board right there? Is that where the action happens, or?
That is.
Oh man, is that right? Okay, got you. Got some
I'm
deals
missing a
going
few.
down, huh?
I'm missing a few.
There you go. All right, Steve. So just a video here with you. You joined up with us. I don't know. I feel bad. What has it been? 2 weeks?
About a week and a half, maybe even.
Oh man, that's just hard to believe. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. But and I say that because of all the people that's came through in your area. It's been wild. I mean, must be that charm you're putting on. What's up? What's going on your side, man?
Well, I have to admit I have been pleasantly surprised at how many leads are actually coming through. It's almost been, dare I say, a little inconvenient at times because the phone is just blowing up every single time. Um, so one of the things, I'm actually having really good conversion rates with actually talking to people. Once I get them on the line, I'm having a great conversation and honestly enjoying getting to know these guys. Um, yeah, so I mean, I haven't, okay, I'll be honest, I haven't gone through much of any of the training or anything. I haven't gone through the scripts. I'm just being myself.
Yeah.
And I tell them simply that I kind of I'm doing a helpline. And that's essentially what it is. I'm getting used to this and noticing that these guys have challenging credit, or they've trusted somebody they shouldn't have trusted. They've gone through a divorce. They've gone through all this kind of stuff. And I watched my best friend go through some of the stuff after 24 years of active duty. And
Mhm.
so I simply tell him, I said, hey, I'm not a vet. I didn't sign on the line like you did, but I watched my best friend from high school do that and, almost lose his life in Afghanistan, retire 24 years as a mortarman in the infantry.
Mhm.
What do you do with that when you get out? And, now he's a family man and all this kind of stuff. But after watching him for all these years, I watched him watched him and his buddies come back and watch their best friends, do awful things to him, things that they never should have trusted them to do. Watch him go through divorces and cheating and just not knowing any different because they were expecting somebody to watch over them. So, I just tell them, hey, whether you work with me or not, I'm here to help you. And the one area that I know about is VA home loans. And so if I can help you walk into that or walk through that, I'm here to help. And I'm not going to promise you I can do it all, but I can tell you I'll give you the best answers possible.
Gotcha.
And I tell you what, the moment I talk to them, I don't have any issues with them converting with me. Right now, the biggest challenge is a lot of them have credit issues. That really has been the common element here the last few days.
Mhm.
Like the first 2 days on the line, I got a $350,000 person. I went into the witness protection program, haven't talked to him since.
Yeah.
Uh, but honestly, when I get the chance to talk to him, I'm getting really good leads. The CRM, if I can do a better job of utilizing that, because there's automated text messages and emails and voicemails going out that honestly I wasn't aware that was all going on. So there's so much stuff happening in the background. I'm starting to see it now, and it's really impressive. I promised 50 leads, and I mean, I think we're getting somewhere 10 to 20 a day.
I mean, it's crazy, and we tell people our minimums, and and it's not always going to be as crazy as Steve's situation, and sometimes it does. But the cool thing is that if it keeps going, I'm not going to stop it, right? Because it's a 30-day period, and then if we hit our 50 minimum, then we can go for renewal. But not everybody. Steve is just in a very unique situation. But what I really want to talk about, because numbers fluctuate, and nobody's numbers really going to be the same. But Steve, this is what I want to talk about. I know you were talking about, you get some low scores come through, and that's true. You are, because this is the you guys been. I mean, how long have you been doing this, Steve? How long have you been in the biz?
8 years.
8 years, okay.
And then this also happened right at the smack dab in the middle of a refinance boom.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, though, that everybody that gives you a call, not every one of them is going to be 620 and above, right? Like that's the people are not responsible. That happens. People don't pay their bills. Like you just don't have to pay your bill, right? And that can just like, boom, kill it. And but the thing is, though, you have all the information on them before you give them a call. Like, they want a $300,000 home loan. Their score maybe 600 or 620, 640, whatever. You kind of get that information up front. But not all of these scores is going to be super amazing. But the cool thing is you can pick who you want to work with and who you don't want. Which, are you calling all of them, or are you pretty much? I mean, I don't care, but what are you doing? Like, are you going after people at a certain level, or are you just calling them all? What's your strategy look like?
Well, this kind of comes back to the same thing as my phone rings every time something's happening, and then it makes that call back. So far, it's kind of been, they're like, why are you calling me? I mean, they're not saying that, but that it's warm, but it's not exactly that warm. So essentially, my script so far has been, say my name, who I'm with here, and I tell them I'm here in Iowa. And so I tell them exactly where I'm from. And then from there I said, I run a VA home loans helpline. Anything you need help with, that's what I'm here for. And I understand you had some questions on VA home loans. How can I help? And then let the conversation start from there.
Yeah.
I have not made too many outbound calls myself, just because
You're just taking it in. It's just coming in.
CRM.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm still working on that CRM, and to get into that. Honestly, with how fast this has gone, the number of leads that have come in and the speed of which they've been coming in, along with having more in the pipeline just in other work that I've had, I really haven't even gone in there to work at it. I looked at it over the weekend a little bit and I was noticing I was missing leads. I was missing people where they were texting me back saying, hey, just call me after 3:00. Oh, okay. And so I'm noticing some of those things. So, as I would recommend any new people, learn the CRM real quick.
No, I get it. And you said something earlier, like sometimes it doesn't feel like it's warm, and I'll tell you why that is. So these people jump hoops before they jump on with us. Like, they're jumping through some hoops. They want this, and after you talk with them, you find out they do want it. I mean, you do find out they're in a need, and sometimes, and then sometimes they are going to be like, "Why are you giving me a call? I didn't sign up for this." And then the wife in the background's like, "You dummy! I signed up for that. We need a house," or something like that. So we've heard of that happening too. I don't know if that's happened to you yet, but we've heard of that as well. It's crazy.
Not too much. Most of them have been, most of them are aware that they clicked on something, and as soon as you diffuse them and say, I'm not trying to sell you something. Granted, I'm hoping that I do, but I'm not attempting to sell you. I'm attempting to help you because you reached out in such a way that said, I want information. So I'm an easy person to provide that information to you, and I'm a safe spot. And that would be one of the biggest things I would say. Again, I know you have the training sessions, and I'm sure that they have some incredible scripts, but I mean, as long as you're being pretty forthright and honest about it. I mean, like, for example, one of the reasons I like VA loans is I want to help vets. Simple, straightforward thing for me. So even if they are a 580, this is a good service in the sense that I'm getting the chance to help some people that absolutely need some help.
No, and I think, and the thing is, though, someone could perfectly want this. I mean, you are finding these are vets, and these guys are wanting for a home. That's a fact for you. There's a vet.
They are absolutely qualified in the sense that they are vets. They're looking at a home, and they're in a position. Most of them are in a position that they need to do something. They want to do something right away. A few of them have been like, okay, I know my credit's bad. Here's what I'm doing to get there. I said, great. This was the conversation yesterday. You're on the exact same page. You're probably 3 to 6 months out before you can do anything. Or like in another guy's case, I mean, he's going through divorce. I can't do anything while you're in the divorce. But as soon as you're out of that, I want you to give me a call back.
Like it.
I'll check in with you here over the next few months and such. And good luck through that. If there's any way I can be of help, let me know. Again, you're planting a lot of seeds throughout this.
Yeah, I know everybody wants stuff now, and a lot of these are now. But the fact that some of these guys will, maybe 3 months from now, they may want this later on, which is, that's part of sales. I mean, not everybody's because think about it, 10% of the market right now out of 24 million vets actually want this right now. The other 90% are coming, but it may not be right now, maybe 3 months from now or beyond,
Yeah, and all of them so far, I have not, bar one, on day one, I think I received one refinance person. Otherwise, and that was because they're going through divorce.
Got it.
Everybody else has been purchase leads.
Gotcha. So okay, so let's kind of take it back a little bit, and we just got a few minutes before we shut her down. So thank you for your time, Steve, by the way. But so when you first signed on, what was your thoughts? Kind of be the person watching this video right now. Be honest. What was you really thinking before you signed on? Like, where was you at? What was a little skepticism? Did you think it was actually going to work, or take it from there?
That's kind of tough. I mean, I thought you're full of it.
No, no, go for it. Like, what? I mean, because these are thoughts these guys are thinking, and you are where they want to be. You are after the program, and you took that leap of faith. So when you say full of it, because everybody.
Okay, the short version is this: so even since I've been on the program, I get a couple of these calls saying, "Hey, we'd like to schedule. We've got all these VA home loans." I was like, "Okay, this is sounding kind of familiar," and I just say, "Hey, I'm already working with somebody. I've got more than I can chew on right now. So thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Best wishes to you." But honestly, I just wasn't sure exactly how you're doing it, what you're doing, and as most mortgage lenders that are active right now, you caught me at a time when I was incredibly busy, and I just thought, you know what, let's see where this goes. I want to help vets. It's a good loan type that I work well with. Let's see what we can do here. Let's just give it a shot. And that's honestly what I was thinking is, we don't need to do this for that much. Let's just see what works. But then I just lost my train of thought there for a second. But the general idea that I have is, let's see if it works, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We let it go. But honestly, I'm a hands-off marketing type of person. Put me in the position I'm supposed to do. I'm not a social media person. I'm not the guy that wants to be on Facebook responding to everything and liking and loving and attempting to go after all these people. I'm married to a realtor, so I like working with realtors. I have no issue there. But the thing is if as a mortgage lender, once you start getting some of your different spheres of influence going, especially during a refinance boom, you don't have time to do this stuff. Yeah. And I remember telling you, I said, don't be asking me to go on Facebook or LinkedIn and
I remember
all this kind of stuff. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Just put me in front of the vets and give me the chance to talk to them. And that's all I want.
Yeah. Did that happen?
It is, I'm done. I'll be done in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. I'm seeing that you're automating the emails, you're automating the text messages, and you're automating the Facebook responses. You're putting the ads, I presume ads on Facebook. I mean, I have no idea what you're doing, but it's working. Yeah. So from that standpoint, that's the easiest way to say that I didn't know how you were doing it, but it is exactly what I was hoping you were talking about.
Okay, so it is what you was looking for. And when I said I was gonna be able to send you 50 minimum, did you think I was gonna be able to do that in 30 days? Did you think that was gonna happen, or?
Yeah, no, I didn't think you would, because I thought state of Iowa, there's just not that many leads. I remember having that conversation. I asked you how many people there were in the state of Iowa, in terms of leads that were coming and being generated in Iowa. And you said, oh, I think we can make that happen. Now, granted, these leads are coming from all over the state. I can work throughout the state, so I hadn't even put that kind of into my mind. But yeah, there's plenty, obviously.
And where are you at right now? I know it's been about a week and a half. Where are you at now? What was it? Is it 90?
Let's just say that phone's ringing a lot. I would say there's 10 a day.
Yeah.
I'm at least having. I would say I'm having at least 3 to 5 conversations. Now, my wife's a realtor, and she's been very like, well, why don't you just sign on to our lead programs and just pay for that one?
Yeah. Is this your doghouse you're in right now, or is that?
I can sleep in here. I the glasses today. No. So she was asking me that. I said, you know what? Your lead systems, I've been a part of those, and it's like 1 out of 100. I said, you actually heard a lot of these conversations. And even last night, I was walking into the house. She was walking into the house, and another vet was calling in, having that conversation as to what's going on. So she's actually got to hear a lot of these conversations, and she's been kind of surprised at how much it's working as well.
Perfect. So, I'm glad to hear that, Steve. And I mean, that's really what we look for. And one way that we're bringing success, one of our newest strategies, because we run data in all states, And what we're doing now, instead of trying to sell all states, and the reason this is working for you, because we targeted your state because we're seeing good data, and that's what we're doing. We ran data on all states, and we're beginning to eliminate states that are not doing as good as others. So that way we got more Steves coming out, and because this is exactly what we want. So no, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. So I'm trying to think what else. So everybody kind of knows what you was like before. They see where it's at now. Whose situation is this for? Like, what do you like? Describe the loan officer. What this would help out, and what stage should they be in for this to work for them? Truthfully.
That's a little tougher question. I mean, if you need to know what you're talking about, because these guys will spot you. They'll be able to figure out real quick. And I think you honestly have to be in a position that you want to help them. Mm-hmm. Again, these are vets that can generally sniff out, fake and phony. So that would be, in regards to that, I would say make sure you know why you're doing it and all that. It's not just, hey, I'm going to make a buck off this thing. Obviously, that's the intention. Otherwise, we wouldn't be paying for this.
Yeah.
But I think for the lender that's not necessarily busy, this could be the way to get your name out really fast. Mm-hmm. If you're incredibly shy and you don't want to get out there and you don't want to be out there in person, this one's for you, because everything's going to be over the phone, email, text messages. The tech-savvy person that's able to kind of get into the CRM, dig into it, and learn how to maximize that thing. The different drop-downs, I saw the drip campaigns that were in there. That CRM's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And that's the one area that I think I'm falling short tremendously, is figuring out how to utilize that, how to get into it and actually work with it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I mean, for the loan officer that's a lot busier. Okay, so you asked, who's this best for? I was in a position where I didn't need the extra. I want the extra business, but I don't need the extra business. I'm averaging anywhere between 1.5 to 2 million in total sales for total loans for the month on an average basis. But I want to be at that spot where I'm averaging 3 million. I want to clear that 2.5 to 3 million number, and I cannot do it with current systems I have. And I needed to do a little bit more of a lazy man's prospecting version, and that's what I was hoping this would be. And it really has been, because I don't have to get out of the office. My only concern now is I'm not getting out of the office to take care of the customers I have. The other side of that was I want to be able to hire a junior loan officer. Can't hire the junior loan officer without having the extra work.
Yeah.
So this is kind of in that area where I could easily bring in a junior loan officer to help manage this stuff, bring them in, help me have those conversations and bring them into the conversation. Actually taking it off a little bit of your thing is maximizing the time that you do face-to-face like this, rather than the grind of getting the leads in, so that when you're talking to somebody, you're having the right conversation. You're not going through the speed dial version of attempting to get to people. You're just having that main conversation. So have the junior LO doing the grind, basically, of getting them to the table.
And I think and I feel like that's where, because I hear these conversations all the time, like, and I'm hearing this all the time with that, because you're in a perfect place, you're closing these down, you've got a process now that's working for you, you're in a great state for this. And one thing I see the next move for you is you have someone taking these on that still produces an ROI, even paying them, to where they're taking these on and they get them right up to the line, and you just boom, just they're throwing the ball, you're knocking it out. Like, they get it all warmed up. Like, these are super warm, but like, you want, like, for those people who want the top of the like, this guy's like minutes of just going down, you need to shut her down. You hire that assistant like you're talking about, that the junior, what'd you call him, a junior mortgage, what'd you call him?
Junior loan officer.
Junior loan officer, like, I always call him.
I haven't hired him yet.
Right. But you keep going, you're going to have to. And that's when things really get good, to where now you're not having to spend 30-minute conversations to, figure out where they're at. Like, he's already done that, and you're just, boom, you're just knocking them out. Like, it's a close, and that's what people really want. And you're closer there than most people, to where you can get that person on. They can take up their time, making sure it's just good, and handing you only the super, super serious, and then you just that's when things get super beautiful. So you're a step closer to that, and you have that person there. And that's what I do. Like, I don't even generate my own leads, if that's makes sense. I've got 20 people that work with me, and they do all that stuff for me. And then for me, I just process. That's what I do. Boom, just close them down. Good, good. All right, sounds good. I just make sure I want this person to work with us. And I remember when you got on, I knew I wanted to work with you because you sound like you actually wanted to help somebody. And I'm glad we made the connection, because now here we are, not even 2 weeks in, and you're thinking about you're thinking about hiring somebody on, and I like that. I'm glad that, and I know it's not happening yet, but maybe very soon. And I'm glad that maybe was part of that.
Compliance is a nasty little thing in our industry.
Oh man, yeah, I know all about that. Believe me, yes, I can tell you, like, compliance in some of these bigger like companies, they want to make sure our door's locked at night, which is cool. I get it. When we bring in, like, they want to make sure the information that we work with some of the biggest processors in America, like some of the biggest mortgage companies, and like we go through a vendor process. You talk about compliance. They want to make sure our doors are locked at night, so no one can access our information. That's how tight they are. They did not ask those questions years ago. Now they're asking it, but it's cool. But
Yeah.
people talk about data security.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's critical, and I know, I mean, compliance has already kind of been challenging me a little bit on some things.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. So, anyway, Steve, I definitely appreciate your time. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's been great, man. I know you got a lot of stuff to close down. I do too. So, thank you so much. This is for those people out there wondering if they should do this or not. You was talking about your goal is 30 million, right? Was
30.
I mean, 3 million a month. Well, 30 million at the end of the year.
So 30 million at the end of the year. I want to clear that, but my goal is 36 million for this year, and that would be. I mean, I've been hovering right around that 18 for the last several years. That's a big deal to clear that one. So right now, my main goal is 24, and to be past that and upwards 30 is my big deal, the big goal.
Do you think something like this will help you get there? Do you think something like this would make that easier?
Yeah, I think, again, this is just coming back to, for somebody that's getting ready to sign up, if there's one thing I would say is learn the CRM before you get into that thing. Get that CRM down, because it got out of control really fast. And I feel now like, I'm cleaning house as best as I can, but there's a lot of kids in there making a mess while I'm attempting to clean it.
Yeah,
So,
no, I get it. No, I get it. You got a lot of conversations coming in, man. So you'll get it. You'll get the hang of it. It's only been a week and a half. Let's see. 2 weeks from now, you be knocking them
that's
down.
what I say. Learn the CRM quick, because it happens fast enough that you need to know. You need to get that CRM. So that training link that you sent over.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do
Right.
it. Do
It's
it,
just
Steve.
sleep. It's just sleep.
Well, Steve, I appreciate you, man. It's been good talking. Go knock out some more calls. We'll catch up later, and appreciate you, man.
All right. My pleasure. Take care.